Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bendro, and welcome back to another episode of Not So Popular. Now this will be the first for Modern Warfare 3, although I did it for Black Ops. If you guys have no idea what my Not So Popular series is all about, I will post the link to my playlist, to my Black Ops videos in the description below, and you can check those out. But for today, we will be covering the least popular gun in Modern Warfare 3, in my opinion, the PM-9. So for those of you that have seen my not so popular videos before, there may be a few different things in version 2.0 that I will be doing, so I hope you guys enjoy them. But without further ado, let's get right into the action. Now, one of the new features of this not so popular is that I will be getting a Moab with all these not so popular guns, because we know that chicks love Moabs. And it will be tracked by this counter that is showing up on your screen right now. And there will also be a really cool layout that I'll show you here in a few minutes. And both of those were designed by the amazing and most talented Evan Eckert. I will put a link to his channel in the description. But back to Moab. So to get a Moab, you have to know what parts of the map you want to stay on and what parts of the map you want to stay away from. So the map I am playing on, the map that I got the Moab on, is Underground. So the parts highlighted in red right now are the parts that you want to stay away from, and that is pretty much the whole area around B-Dom, because it is a giant clusterfuck and there is a very, very good chance you will get killed. Now the parts highlighted in green are my suggested areas for you to kind of patrol and hang around in, and that is because you will be getting into a lot of close quarter battles, which is what you need to get in with the PM-9, because aiming down sight with this gun absolutely sucks. And you are much better off just hip firing the whole time. But I think that just about covers it for the map. How about we start on that Moab streak and talk a little bit about that gun? Bring in the background. And here's that oh so sexy background I was telling you guys about. Now before you get overwhelmed, this is basically just going to be a visual guide that you guys can reference as I kind of talk about everything. So the gun for this not so popular is the PM-9. And the attachment that I'm using is the silencer. And I think at the time I didn't really have any other attachments unlocked, but some other attachments you can use that are good are rapid fire and extended mags. That's pretty much good on any weapon, to be honest, but rapid fire and a silencer on the PM-9 is pretty dirty. You still got to hit fire because aiming down sight with rapid fire is even worse than it is right now. My secondaries are the FMGs. I do not believe I got any kills with them, and if I did, I apologize. In the next row, I'm using the Simtex and the motion detector. Pretty much any time I am trying to get a Moab, I'm going to use the motion detector because the spawns in Modern Warfare 3 are absolutely terrible and you never know where they're spawning, so it's a good way to kind of protect your backside. Now in the next row are the perks that I start with. Now as far as the perks go, most of it is up to personal preference. There are only a couple that I would say should be required, especially for an SMG, and one of those would be steady aim, and I think the other one would be scavenger, because you burn through quite a few bullets. Now if you're trying to go for Moabs, I think one of the requirements would be assassin, because if you try and wait until you get on your specialist bonus, a lot of times there's going to be a UAV or something up in the air and you will die. I promise, you will die. And one of the other ones I think is required is scavenger, because there's just been so many times that I've run out of bullets before I got my specialist bonus, and I've gotten stuck and I've died. So I think those two are the ones that you kind of need to get in there if you want to go for Moabs. Now that's pretty much it for my class setup, so let's talk a little bit about the gun, the PM-9. So all the stats I'm going to talk about here are on the bottom, or at least most of them. The PM-9 is unlocked at level 56. Why they waited so long to unlock this trash gun, I have no idea, but it's unlocked at level 56. Now, the capacity is 32 rounds, and in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see the damage chart. So the damage chart, it does 35 up close and 20 at range. And that is the red bar that you see. Now the blue bar, that is with the silencer. So the silencer, the range drops off a little bit more quickly if you have a silencer attached, like I do right now. So I get down to 20 damage a lot more quickly than I would without it. Now a couple other pretty important stats I want to talk about are the rounds per minute. So it shoots at 1,090 rounds per minute. And that is the fastest SMG, actually it's the fastest gun in the game, which averages out to be 18.17 rounds per second, if you wanted to know that. Now, the other pretty important stats I wanted to talk about is the ADS time. So it takes 1.23 seconds to come up. That's what she said. In comparison, the fastest SMG is the UMP that comes up at 1.76 seconds. So actually the PM-9 is the second slowest, only to the PP-90. And the final gun stat I wanted to get into is the reload time. So the PM-9 takes a solid 3 seconds to reload, which is amongst the slowest in both the submachine gun category and the assault rifle category. And just in comparison, the UMP only takes 2.5 seconds. So that's a half-second difference, which could mean the difference between life and death, obviously. But for the overall rating for the PM-9, I would have to give it a very solid 2 thumbsticks down. Now, there is not a chance you will ever find me in a game using the PM-9 unless I'm forced to. So that's why I give it 2 thumbsticks down. It's a terrible gun, and I will never be using it. But thank you guys very much for watching. That's all I have for you. Don't forget to let me know what gun you guys would like to see in the next Not So Popular episode. It is up to you, so leave a comment suggesting what gun you would like to see, and maybe you will see it. And also, don't forget to click that like button if you enjoyed it. But for now, the bomb is in, and I am out.